Nickelodeon. Hello, that's all I had to say. Thank you for watching. Bye.
So response is our word for today, and I don't want to waste any more time. I wanted to talk about two things. Number one is the Beast Games allegation from Miss Rosanna Pansino, and number two is if MrBeast should continue to ignore and censor all of this as per Mr. Asmongold's recommendation. Now first to Mr. Asmongold. Now he really believes that MrBeast is not gonna respond to this ever because it's the best thing to do.
Probably, yeah.
And he'll have to make a reply to that too.
No, he won't have to make a reply. Because unless he committed... this is my opinion. I think unless MrBeast broke the law and he gets arrested, this won't affect him.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if you guys missed it on Mr. Dogpack's video that according to a credible source, MrBeast actually have a response and just waited it off because there's so many things that are alleged to come out. And my guess is right that he's just waiting because he didn't want to make a 3-part response as well, as said also by Mr. Ludwig.
Two things. One, when are you going to reply? And he echoed what was said in the Dogpack video, which is when everything comes out, he's going to make one reply as opposed to a reply after every single video.
Yeah.
So we'll see when that happens.
And Mr. Asmon is really persistent on saying that all this MrBeast drama will all blow over soon if he just doesn't respond. And he used PewDiePie's bridge incident as an example, where PewDiePie received tons of backlash then, but now it's all a joke.
Yeah, the PewDiePie bridge. Yeah, more people make jokes about that than get mad about that. I don't think I've seen anybody genuinely mad about the PewDiePie bridge thing for years. Everybody else is joking around with it. Even PewDiePie has joked about it. It's totally gone.
Well, comparing that is like comparing Venus to your anus. It's too far away. This is entirely different in terms of scale. Like saying the N-word is not equivalent to illegal lotteries, borderline war crimes, hiring registered sex offenders, and scamming the people by forging signatures on merchandise. But then again, PewDiePie did also address that issue, so what's stopping MrBeast from doing it himself? Okay, so let's focus on what Mr. Asmongold said on where if he was MrBeast, he would just ignore everything, censor all of the negativity and wait for it to go away, to blow over. Like, is that really the best option for MrBeast?
If I was MrBeast, I would never talk about it. I would say that we have an investigation going on and then never share any information about the investigation. And a year later, somebody asks about it on a podcast and be like, well, it's legal, we can't talk about it. And that's it. Never talk about it, never address it, and that's it. Just act like it didn't happen. That is the best way to approach it. And I can guarantee you that will be the most successful method. Every time that you talk about a topic, you give it oxygen, which gives it life. You need to not talk about it at all. That's the way that people that are successful are able to move away from controversy, and they're able to just go on to the next thing.
And after that, he stated some examples of that happening, like Logan Paul and his crypto scam, and Logan Paul turning out fine after all the backlash because he just tried to ignore it.
Like Logan Paul is a great example. Logan Paul, oh yeah, wow, crypto's due, it's so bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Yeah, but he's doing WWE, he's doing other stuff, he's got Prime. Like, you're just constantly past that and you're not thinking about it anymore, right? So yeah, ignore it until it goes away. Yeah, and it will. It will. There will always be people, and this is what will happen, by the way. What will happen is that people that keep pushing it will become so angry that they're being ignored that they will lose the respect of the public.
Okay, so here's my opinion. So I think the best way for MrBeast right now is to address whatever needs to be addressed, then say sorry if he made some bad decisions, because you gotta admit, some of the claims are pretty much irrefutable. Then do better. And why is that, you may ask? Now let's take a look at Mr. Asmon's example, Logan Paul. Now from my perspective, he has always been viewed in a negative light ever since the forest incident. The only reason that he was able to scam so much of his audience is because he addressed the situation and said sorry, then took accountability. And poof, now magically the people are on Logan's side again. Then he just rinse and repeat up until his brain farted, lost all of his brain cells, then sued CoffeeZilla. Now, people are seeing him in a negative light again, then he will say sorry again to stop the hate, then probably scam his audience again, then the cycle continues. And Ishowspeed, and Mr. Asmon said that he copyright striked all of the videos of him looking bad to essentially stop the hate.
Speed is another one. Speed has effectively, he's copyright struck so many people posting old clips of his that make him look bad, and it's worked. That's the crazy thing. It worked. If you look at Speed's YouTube channel, nobody's talking about this. If people are talking about it on social media, nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares. Because nobody ever cared. Because it's the internet and none of this actually matters. It's all rage entertainment.
Now, first of all, for me, he's not really a bad person to begin with, and I don't think that the blunder he makes is with malice. Plus, he did address his massive blunder with the Paradox Cryptoverse.
I know what I do for y'all, bro. Let me just give y'all a quick little quote. I do so much stuff for y'all, bro. I made a mistake, you know, I'm not that smart, I'm gonna be honest, bro. But as I go, I get smarter and smarter, bro.
Because I think he knows that not addressing the situation will cultivate the hate even more for years and years to come, and he will be known as Ishowscammer if he didn't address that. And the perfect example for me is The Manny Show. Now, The Manny Show has been on full blast for almost a month of people making hate videos and people destroying his comment section, and even massive creators like Mr. Penguin Z0 chimed in on his copyright strike spree that he's dishing out that time. And how did he stop all the hate? Well, you guessed it, he made a damn good apology. And he addressed everything, leaving no stones unturned, and the hate instantly stopped, and he was widely respected once again, and he cleared his name. Now MrBeast can ignore all of this and let this all blow over, because as Mr. Asmongold said, that if he talks about it, he will just add oxygen to the fire. But I believe that's not the case here. Because the one fueling the fire is Mr. Dogpack404, and he's making very valid points. And now why not censor him like Mr. Asmon said? Well, MrBeast did, and it backfired massively. Because censoring someone who makes strong points and being the David in a David and Goliath situation will set off the Streisand effect, in where when you cover the truth, the more the truth will come out, and the more damage it will deal to his company. Like for example Logan Paul, he is suing CoffeeZilla because CoffeeZilla is the oxygen on his dumpster fire that he is desperately trying to put out. So if CoffeeZilla is still around, CryptoZoo scam will continue to exist. The people won't forget about it unless he is silenced. That's why he is suing him. And same with MrBeast and Mr. Dogpack. If Dogpack is still around, he will continue to discredit MrBeast and the people's trust will dwindle bit by bit. Especially because he is the largest YouTube channel. So the last thing he wants is people thinking that he's rigging games, he's running illegal lotteries, and all of his videos are fake. Now I actually agree that ignoring it will work if MrBeast is satisfied with a massive stain on his name, painting himself to be this final big villain tyrant that censors all of the people that defies his authority. Because if this continues to not get addressed, the more damage it will deal to his reputation. And I'm thinking that he's not gonna let that happen because his audience are mostly kids and will have a significant damage to his reputation and company. So let's talk about Miss Rosanna next. So Miss Rosanna Pansino, a very massive YouTuber, and she is pretty much leading the charge for the alleged victims of the Beast games, because apparently they are now stealing underwears because of her tweet right here. So she stated that Jimmy's production team took every contestant's underwear and medicine from them for some weird reason. They were told to be given back each night to change, but were not. What? That's extreme negligence right there. That's... ugh. Multiple female contestants messaged me saying that Beast Games still has their underwear. Disgusting. Wow, that's some extreme accusations right there. That's like Mr. Krabs being all hip and coral and stealing his mom's underwear. Now, I didn't want to cover these allegations because it's not really backed up by anything, but there's one very important thing that Miss Rosanna said that made me believe that these accusations can potentially be true.
This is a part that seems small, but it really bothers me because it's obvious that they're just trying to film people's reactions of like, what? But you're really messing with people's lives and people who may really need money. A lot of the contestants that I talked to, they signed up for the show, not because it sounded super, super fun, but because they really needed the money and they wanted a chance to compete for that money to really change their lives. And so to dangle a really high price carrot $5 million in front of people's faces who need the finances and then do this to them. It just seems cheap. I'm getting older. I'm just fed up with the BS.
Yeah, like this is the closest you can get to Squid Game because you just can't underestimate the power of money and people's desperation. Like you can turn the whole world into a circus show if you have that much power and money. Just dangle money in front of desperate people and watch them do ridiculous stuff for you. So that's why I think that all of these allegations have a huge possibility of being true, especially with the boys tackling the girls allegation. And also, it's a very different story if up to 100 people are sharing and corroborating the same story and confirming the shitty places and the situations the Beast Games contestants endured. And here are just some of the extreme allegations, including the stealing of underwears.
Due to non-disclosure agreements, over a dozen people who participated in the first installment of Beast Games said that they had not received adequate food or medical care and that some competitors had suffered injuries from the physical challenges. They described watching fellow contestants vomiting and appearing to pass out. There were several hospitalizations. Several contestants also said that they had not been warned about how little they would be given to eat and how infrequently. They described going on long stretches without being fed by the production. One said she had gone over 20 hours, both during the games and while they were in Las Vegas before and after filming. Contestants said they had expected the production to provide them with meals for the duration of their time in Nevada. One meal described by several contestants included a teeny portion of cold oatmeal, one hard-boiled egg, and a few pieces of raw vegetables. Hungry, bruised, and bleeding, contestants were instructed to supply the production staff with a Ziploc bag containing 5 days worth of undergarments, which would be distributed to the contestants once the games were underway. But several contestants said that they had waited hours or even days to receive their clean underwear. One woman said that when she and a group of contestants who were menstruating during the event had asked the production staff about getting their underwear more quickly, she had been told that it was not a medical emergency. And she recalled that a nearby member of the production staff had laughed at the woman's pleading.
Yeah, pretty disgusting allegations if you ask me. Now, in my opinion, if all of the people Miss Rosanna is talking to are corroborating to the same exact story, I'm leaning towards all of this being true. Maybe a bit exaggerated, but I strongly believe that there's a massive oopsie daisy in the production with over 2,000 contestants. So wishing Miss Rosanna the best on her stand and appreciate that she gives her time to cater to all of the people that are coming up to her and opening up about their struggles. So I'll link her video down below, so please go check her video out. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I really do think that addressing the situation is the best move at this point, especially that there's a part 3 that's coming out that's allegedly more damaging than the previous one. So that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching. Bye.